Hello. Welcome, everybody. It's Friday. It's YouTube. It's time for another Friday night ASMR live stream here on YouTube. Hello, everybody. First of all, can you hear me? And can you see me? I want to make sure everybody can hear me properly. Hello. Is there a really long lag? The audio is off. Again? Oh, not this shit again. Well, I'm not going to bother because I spend 10 minutes of every live stream trying to fix that. So I'm just going to leave it. If the audio is a bit off, I cannot do anything about it. I don't know why it's always like that, but I don't even know how to fix it, honestly. Hello. Welcome. Let me see. I know I'm supposed to go into advanced somewhere. Is it in here? Advanced audio properties. Okay. Is it to, is that better? Is the audio more in sync? Good evening, everybody. Hello, Taylor. Hello, Arulena. It's a small lag still. Is it still lagging? Is the audio ahead of my lips? It's in sync now. Okay. Oh man, I don't know why. It's always a slightly different setting for each live stream. I'm not really sure. Okay, as long as it's okay now. Hello. Yes, no? What does that mean? It's not in sync anymore? Anyway, I'm not gonna keep futzing around with that because it's always, hello, Ren. Is it okay? Okay. Every live stream I do on YouTube, my audio is always slightly out of sync for my lips. I don't know. And I keep changing the settings to try to, make it. Anyway. But it seems like it's different for every live stream. So it's okay. All right, thanks, Ran. Let's see if it stays like that, because sometimes it can slip. So, anyway, welcome, everybody. Welcome to the Friday night live stream here on YouTube. Thank you all for being here. I'm doing great. Oh, my. I'm doing great, and I'm going to hopefully, hello Jelly, hello Quan, hello everybody. I'm going to try and debut a new view, and what I mean by that is sometimes when I would do these YouTube live streams when I lived in Vancouver, I had another camera outside so you can see sort of the city view, which we all miss, not least of which me. I miss being in Vancouver very much. But we actually have quite a lovely view here as well. So, hello, Ivy Fox. So, let me see. I set up a camera. Let me see if it's still working and if it's still light enough out. Let's see. I'm going to change. Let's change the music for a dramatic. There it is. That's the new view. Not quite as dramatic as the city, but it's still quite a lovely view. That is the Pacific Ocean out there that you can kind of see above the trees. And who knows, we might see a little bit of a sunset. So a little bit different of a view. At nighttime, it's completely black out there. Hello, Beth. Hello, Jordan. Hello, everybody. If I didn't say hello to you directly, hello to all of you. Anyway, there's a bit of breeze out there. Thank you. I know. Yes, this is live. That's live, Orlena. That's. I have a camera set up, because that view is from out the back of the house. So I have a camera set up in the window. So the camera's inside, but it's through a window. And you can see that tree right up here blowing. It's a bit breezy out, and it is 8:37 here, so it's starting to get dark. I think it looks, it's still light out here at 8:30. Hello, Strawberry Jam. Well, thank you guys. So, a very different view from Vancouver. I love the city view, honestly. I just love city views. They're so magical often, but this is a beautiful view too, actually. As I said, at night, it's just black out there. Now you can see, let me see, I'll move myself down just a little tiny bit. Right above me, you can see that little point of land coming out. That's another city that's about 30 minutes away from here. And you can see lights at night. You can see some lights there at night. Yes, at 8:30, this is what it looks like, yeah. Now, because we're north of most of you, it's interesting. What happens is in the summertime, our days are a little bit longer than those of you in the United States or further south. Excuse me. Sorry about that. And, but then in the winter, we have shorter days than you guys have in the South. So that's why, like, at this time of the year, and especially like in June and July and even August, it will be light out until 10:30 at night. You'll still see some light in the sky. And so it's only 8:30, but it'll still be light out for like another hour before it gets completely dark. I can use the New York City penthouse. That's true, Taylor. That's true. Yes, I moved from Vancouver, yes, a few months ago. So we're living in a house. It's what's called the Sunshine Coast. It's still in BC. We're a ferry ride away from Vancouver. So it's a little bit of a hike to get to Vancouver, but you can do a day trip. Sean just did it today. He got up early this morning. He took the ferry. He went to Vancouver to do some stuff for work. And then he's back by evening. So it's possible to do it. It's a bit of a trek, but it is possible. So while I miss the city, and living in Vancouver, it's been nice having more space. Like this is, I have a dedicated space right here, and this isn't even my permanent studio. That is under construction still. I thought honestly by now that I'd be in there. The fresh air, oh, it's very fresh air. And the town that we live in here, it's on the Sunshine Coast of BC, and they call it the Sunshine Coast because it's kind of like some people say it's like the Riviera of British Columbia. I don't think it's quite that upmarket as the Riviera, because I think the Riviera is quite ritzy. It's not here. It's not ritzy at all, but it's beautiful. There's so much physical beauty. Everything is there's water no matter where you go. It's either the ocean, and there's also tons of lakes. If any of you remember the live streams I've done up at the lake house, that's only a 30-minute drive from here. So we're sort of in the same area as the lake house, which means, I don't know, that doesn't necessarily mean I'm going to be up there a lot more, but we can probably go up there just for an afternoon and come right home. Before it was a big trek from Vancouver to get to here, and then we'd usually stay for about a week and then go back. But this isn't chump change. No, that's a pretty nice view. It's quite lovely. And to the right there, or to the right, if you keep going around, that's our yard, which it's a bit of a mess right now. I mean, not a mess. There's lots of things blooming and it looks lovely. There's flowers blooming, but it needs the touch of two gay men. So, Sean and I are going to be doing that this summer with some help from somebody who is a professional, and this is why I have a hedge fund on PayPal. If you'd like to contribute, you can send a donation to the PayPal to help us pay for. We call it the hedge fund because originally on TikTok it started as being for, we want a little bit of extra privacy, because what you can't see is like to the left a bit further, there's neighbors on either side of us. And you can kind of see right over into their decks and properties from ours. So we want just a little privacy. So we're going to put some like hedges or trees along the sides to give us a little extra privacy. And some people, we are going to hire a gardener, just especially to do like the bigger stuff, like planting hedges and trees and stuff like that. We're just too damn old to do that now. We'll plant like lots of little flowers and smaller plants once the bones of a new garden are put in, but we can't quite do all of that. So some people have been contributing to my PayPal and calling it the hedge fund, and I've left that money there. It's still there, and because it is going to go toward that eventually, but we're going to need a lot more. So if you would like to contribute, just go to my website at tomwho.com, and there's two ways to contribute. You could either do by PayPal or credit card, and I appreciate all donations. You're not at all obligated, of course. You're not at all obligated, but I have to see, one thing that we're finding out is that owning a house is so much more money and costly than living in a small one-bedroom apartment. I know, we have equity, blah, 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 but holy cow, it's expensive. So, you miss living near the Pacific Ocean. Oh, really? Yeah. I mean, it is lovely because in Vancouver, we lived right near the ocean. And here we live, we can't walk to the ocean. It's a bit of a walk, but we can drive there. In Vancouver, we could walk right to the ocean, which was very nice. And there's the link. Thank you, Ren. Thank you. That's the link to the website. Hello, Colleen. You've been watching on your big screen. Wow. Am I on you mean my live stream as well? Anyway, let's come back. Let's come back inside. There we are. I'll pop out a little bit later before it gets too dark. I used to use that view as like a transition between, setting up for things, which was very helpful because then you guys can look at something interesting. The only problem is with that view is once it gets dark, there's not a lot to see. There's no lights from the city and everything to look at. You have a 75-inch TV. Oh my God, Colleen, do not get too close to that. I don't know. I don't know if I put enough Peter Thomas Roth on. Oh, let's go back to my other music. All right. Okay, I like to start off with a little tiny bit of some kind of essential oil. It's so interesting. It'll be almost 5 years that I've started doing ASMR live streams, and I started on TikTok, and then my very first video that I did on Instagram on YouTube. My long form video. It was my first gay SMR video, and that was I think that was in September. So in this September, it will have been 5 years. I can't believe it's been 5 years ago, but if you watch that video, you'll see that I start off with exactly the same thing. I had a little vial of lavender essential oil, and I encourage people to sort of put a little bit of essential oils, whatever you have, whatever scent you like, just a little on your wrists, or if you don't want to put it on your skin, you can put it somewhere around you. And I don't know what this is. This is a blend, and I'm not exactly sure what it is. It smells very nice. So I like to put just a little bit of that. And then you engage the olfactory senses, and which helps to relax you. It smells so nice. And it's also nice after a long, stressful week to just be able to relax and ease into the weekend and, all of that stuff. So you're in a large room. Okay, that's good, Colleen. So you're far away from the screen. Oh my goodness. That's why I went back to doing widescreen live streams instead of the vertical ones. I think if I did vertical streams, I'd probably get a lot more viewers. Thank you, Strawberry Jam, Jamie Sue. Thank you so much. I very much appreciate that. Oh, I should probably I usually set a little goal. Let me do that again. Now, I think the last time I was going to try doing smaller, instead of $5, $2, but just ask for more. So what did I do before? So that is, they give you so few options. Okay, I'll just try like that, and then we'll just see. I'll give it 45 minutes. And what could we do? Do you guys want the spaceship ride, or should I do... I could do spaceship or car ride, whatever the general consensus is. Okay. All right. So I just started that. Anyway, sorry, Jamie. See, that could have counted toward it. I totally forgot to start it. But okay. So I think what we'll do is I'll get started with doing a little bit of some of the water globes, which can be quite relaxing. So let me start doing that. Oops. get things started off. Hello, everybody. Welcome. If you just got here, welcome. Sorry. A little bit of noise from the kitchen. Okay, let's go take a look outside. Okay, let's take a look outside. We'll see the view. Oh, it's a little darker now. Can still see it. Hello, Angie. Hello. Very quiet here tonight. Very quiet on the tube. Anyway, it's getting a little darker. It's almost 9 o'clock right now, so in the next hour, between 9 and 10, it'll get fully dark. Tuning fork and just do a little bit of that too, because that's quite relaxing too. Just a little bit of the tuning fork. I feel like it does something good for the limbic system. Whatever that is. All right. Let's see. What can we do now? Bring out these little wooden things. Japanese musk. Oh, good, Ren. Good. That is the outside. Yes, this is the first time I've revealed our view from this house. This is out in the back of the house from the yard. And I'm not sure what direction that is. It's sort of east. It's sort of like east southeast, I believe. So very different from Vancouver, but it's still quite a beautiful view. It's a little breezy out there tonight. There's actually this tree up here. You can see just a few of those leaves there blowing. It's actually a palm tree. There's a palm tree in our yard, which is, and I've seen them, there's in some of the other yards too, which is very strange to have palm trees so far north, but they seem to do pretty well. They get a lot of rain. It doesn't get like extremely cold here because it's the Pacific Northwest, so. That's right, there's no buildings. So there's no city view, but we do at least have the ocean view. Anyway, come back inside. Oops, there we go. Am I planning on switching over to YouTube lives? You mean exclusively? No. No. I mean, this is kind of a bit of an experiment over the last 2 months just to see how these YouTube streams are doing for me. Because usually when I've done this, like the first few streams go really well, and then they kind of taper off after that. Fewer viewers, fewer donation gift things and stuff like that. So we'll see. So this is going to be, I can't remember, I think this is the 6th or the 7th one that I've done over the past 2 months. It would have probably been the 8th, but then I wasn't able to do one last weekend. So, hello, Annika. Thank you. Thank you. It's going to take a sip of water. Not really a sip of, it's more of a giant gulp, but I didn't think you wanted to hear that. You have 4 tall palm trees in your backyard. The maintenance. Oh, really? Yes, we have been down to the ocean. Sean has been swimming in it a few times. The beach here is, it's rocky. It's not sandy, it's rocky. But they're all rounded rocks. Here, I'll show you. Because well, here, hang on. I'll be right back. So, some of you may know I collect rocks sometimes, not all the time, but I have a few rocks that I've collected over the years from different places, like in Manhattan, when we lived in Manhattan for 22 years, and there's a specific type of rock called, I think it's called schist, that most of Manhattan is made out of. It's an extremely hard rock, and you can see in Central Park there's big boulders of this type of rock just sticking up out of the ground in places, And sometimes you can find lots of smaller versions, and it's sort of a little bit jagged when it's in pieces, and it's really pretty because there's all this like silvery, sparkly stuff inside the rock. So one time in Central Park, I saw a sort of, an odd-shaped piece of schist, and I just took it because I thought I want to have a little piece of Manhattan, and I'm glad I did because now we have it with us. And I have a rock from it's a friend of a friend. His name is Tommy Toon. Many of you probably have no idea who that is, but he used to be very prolific on Broadway. And then as a dancer, he started, and then very tall. And then he moved into choreography, and he had a fabulous penthouse apartment in Manhattan that overlooked Central Park. And so one of the balconies he had all these fairly large, like rounded kind of black colored rocks just on the floor of the balcony. So during a party, I just slipped one into my pocket because I thought, oh, they're really pretty. They're so smooth. So I have one of those. I have a few other rocks. I have one from Vancouver as well, from the beach there. And on the beach here, there's all these rocks, and they're kind of like this. They're all very, let me see if it'll focus. They're all kind of, they're really rounded like this. I don't know what kind of rocks they are. And they're usually they're all different sizes. Like this is a medium size. The closer you get to the water, the smaller they get. But then you can also, I got this one the other day when we were down there. It's like the shape of a potato. But for some reason, it just stood out because it was so smooth. You'd collect rocks as well. And I don't know, it's just incredible how over thousands of years it probably took for the water to shape this rock like this. It's quite amazing, actually. This is quite heavy as well. And I'm going to get video. There is, on the beach, there are these rocks, huge boulders like sticking out of the smaller rocks, and it's all been completely sanded smooth by the water and probably other rocks beating against it for thousands of years. And it's really quite extraordinary. It's all the rock, it's all smooth. It looks like it's been done on purpose, but it's completely natural, and it looks amazing. Hello, Luna. Lunar. Hello, Chris. How are you? Anyway, so these are two rocks I've collected from here. A stream by the ocean. I don't know how strong my wireless would be down there. It's not our wireless is not super strong in this part of the world. In Vancouver, it's 4 bars, but here it's anywhere like from 1 to 2 bars most of the time. Sometimes 3, depending on where we are. But I think down at the beach it's pretty weak, so there's no way I could do a stream from there. But I can take video and turn that into something. I might do like a long form video for my YouTube channel once I get that all set up somehow. So the rocks on the beach, and they're like this as well. Ivy, are they? Anyway, I don't know why. I just find rocks interesting. Now these don't have, I especially like rocks that have sparkly things in them. These two don't. There's nothing sparkly, but so what caught my eye is the shape, but also just how incredibly smooth they are. And anyway, that's what caught my eye. So they're mine now. It's part of my rock collection. I've always collected rocks since I was a kid. I don't have a lot of the rocks that I collected when I was a kid, but I used to love going up. My grandmother lived where she lived. There was like a wooded area that sort of went up into a hill, and it was a wooded area up there, and there were lots of rocks and like big, huge boulders and stuff like that. And I used to love going up there, and I would just be looking for, seeing all these interesting rocks and the way the light would hit them sometimes, and they would sparkle a little bit. And so I used to love collecting rocks when I was a kid too. So it's something I still do. I don't know why. I keep hoping one day I'll find a rock that has like a rare gem inside of it somehow, but of course I wouldn't know. This one could have some kind of rare gem inside, and I have no idea unless you crack it open, but it's very heavy. This one's quite heavy. It's a very dense rock. I do live in Canada, yes. Oregon beach rocks, yeah, these are from the beach as well. So guys, what do you say? Should we start off with a little bit of the fishbowl tonight? I can do fishbowl. Or let's see. There's lots of things we can do. You only got 3 hours of sleep, Chris. Why? They do that on the coast in England. In rocks? They found jewelry inside of rocks? Thank you, Rand. Thank you so much for your super chat. Thank you so much. Oops. Thank you. All right, let's do the fishbowl. It's always a nice one to start off with. This is, well, I call it the magic fishbowl, and you know, the fishbowl trigger or fishbowl effect, as she called it, was created originally by Karuna Satori, and she has she's here on YouTube, and she actually came into my a few of my live streams on TikTok a while ago, probably almost 2 years ago. I think she showed up, and I was, at first I'm like, is that really her? And then some people went, it's like, yep, it's actually her. So I told her that I had actually created my own fishbowl. It's sort of, you know, based on hers was the basis, and then it sort of morphed into a very different thing than she does. And I call it the magic fishbowl. And it's my own fishbowl trigger has morphed a little bit since I first did it. And in fact, I've got 2 videos here on my YouTube channel. The very early one, it was like the first, was it the second video I ever created? I think it was the fishbowl, the magic fishbowl. Second or third video, I can't remember. And basically what I did was I took a bowl, a glass bowl, put it over my iPhone camera, sprayed some water mist on it, and then would use some colored lights, moving colored lights, which created all these really beautiful sparkling lights and everything, and with some nice music and stuff like that. It was, anyway, I call it the magic fishbowl. So I created a new version for a new video. I was actually asked to participate in a fishbowl collaboration with Mellow Maddie. She's also here on YouTube and on TikTok. And she even got Karuna Satori to participate in that. So I did a revised version of my magic fishbowl using a lot of video effects and overlays. And so I liked it so much, and other people liked it so much, I created a longer video with the magic fishbowl. Thank you. Thank you, Gabrielle. Thank you so much. Thank you. I'm glad you guys enjoy these. Hello, Brie Brawl. How are you? Anyway, so this is based on my YouTube version of my magic fishbowl. I was doing them during my live streams too, and I just took like a glass beaker and put it over my iPhone, sprayed a little bit of water on it, and did the lights. But this one uses video instead. It also did I use? No, I didn't. But that effect that I created with the water, the sort of water droplets sprayed on the glass, I then used for when the car ride became popular. And I don't know who did that originally. I created my own version of the car ride, and it was called basically a rainy car ride. And I used the same technique with the glass over the iPhone with the spray water, and then I just took the lights. The original car ride was basically you just took a flashlight and you went across like this in the lens to sort of simulate headlights and lights going by the window as you're driving in a car at night. And you were supposed to close your eyes, hold your phone close, because you could see the lights through your eyelids when they were closed. So I just added the glass thing with the spray, and which I sort of figured out for my magic fishbowl, and I adapted that to the car ride as well. So thank you, Brand. Thank you. I don't think we're going to hit the goal. We're only 3 in, but we'll see. I made it lower this time. I'm not sure it's helped. Instead of $5, $2. Okay, let's start. Anyway, so this is my version of the magic fishbowl, and I use video overlays. All video that I found, there's a website that has all this free, royalty-free video, these little clips, and I found ones that were based on like all kinds of things, and I just put them all together. I merged some of them and added some effects to some of them to create all of the visuals. So, all right, enough talking. Okay, I'm going to transition. Let's go see, what does the view look like now? Oh, it's getting really dark out. You can see now that it's getting dark. The trees all look black in the foreground now. You can just see the lights. You can see sort of lights out on that land mass right up there. There's some lights. You can kind of see some twinkling lights there. So, all right, I'll be right back with the magic fishbowl. Here it sounds. Thank you, Gabrielle. I feel completely free and floating on a cloud and a peaceful garden. So calm. Relax. It's awesome. Okay, there was the magic fishbowl, and there's the view now. Almost completely dark. It's 9:30 here right now. Welcome back. Hello to everybody that arrived during the magic fishbowl. It's lovely to see you all here. Now, if you missed the beginning of the live stream, have no fear. You will be able to watch it later once the live stream is over here on my channel, as you can every previous live stream that I've done here on YouTube. I've got quite a collection from my very, very first live stream here on YouTube, which was the one I did after I published my gay SMR video. And I called the live stream Gay SMR. And you can watch that live stream and the video. It's still all here on my channel. Hello, Jess. Thank you, Shady. Hello, Trevor. Welcome, everybody. Well, thank you, Ramblin' Stella. Thank you. And again, thanks, Gabrielle and Brie Brawl, for your super chats while I was doing the fishbowl. You almost fell asleep, but that's okay, Chris. That's... They have... What do you mean they have ads? Do you mean the replays? They do. I have them turned on for beginning. For the beginning, I do have them turned on because so I can earn some income from them. Hello, Kaki. How are you? Unfortunately, I know the ads can be a pain in the butt, but it's the only way that people on YouTube, the creators, earn income from their videos. So, and it's very hard for especially ASMR people because usually we can only put ads at the very beginning and the end of our videos, whereas other people have ads throughout their videos, and they make way more money on their videos than ASMR people do. I really picked the wrong type of content to make, but I really enjoy it as well. And if you have premium, I have premium as well. It's wonderful. It's a monthly fee, and you get to watch all the videos you want on YouTube with no ads. So it's great. Well, thank you, Christopher. Thank you for your super chat as well. You say that every night. Because I watch so much YouTube. I mean, I don't really watch anything else. You know, there's just member for 25 months. That's over 2 years. This is a feature, by the way. A member, by the way, here on YouTube is like a subscriber on TikTok. So it's like a paying member. You pay a monthly fee. I think it's $6 US. It's cheaper than Superfan on TikTok now. Hello, Paige. And then I think obviously then members, you usually get to send like a special message that's highlighted for each live stream, I think. So, yes. Thank you, Anna. Everybody's popping in. How I get trolled on the audio. Is it okay? Is everything in sync pretty much? I hope. I watched a lot of YouTube. I watch a lot. I watch several, usually in the morning while I'm doing getting my breakfast, making my breakfast and everything. I watch usually like 2 or 3 YouTube videos while I'm doing that. Today, unfortunately, I've already watched all of Luscious Massacre's drag investigation videos. I've watched every single one, from the very first one she did to the current one. And a few of them I've watched twice. And so now I'm going through like all the different interviews that she's done on different people's YouTube ones. What was her name? There was one today I watched. It was quite good. And this same person interviewed Lady Bunny as well. It was a famous drag queen from New York City. She's not like, she was never on Drag Race because, well, I don't know why, but I think it was her choice mostly. But she was actually friends with RuPaul. In fact, she and RuPaul were roommates for a time in New York City. So she knows RuPaul well, especially from the early days. And she was interviewed by this same person whose name slips my mind. It's another, I believe she's a drag queen, or is she a trans person? I'm not really sure. I just found her channel because of Luscious. And so the same person that interviewed Luscious, there was another one of her interviewing Lady Bunny, which was absolutely hilarious because Lady Bunny, she's an old broad now. She's getting up there. She's probably older than me. And Lady Bunny created something in New York called Wig Stock years ago that turned into this huge event. Eventually, it started off just as a very small event down in the West Village, and then it just kept growing and growing every year as people started finding out about it. And it was just kind of like a music. It was just like a whole day of, entertainment and lots of drag queens and musicians and stuff like that. And but then I think it got too big, and then they shut it down. They stopped doing it. It just got too big. It was becoming a nightmare to deal with. Anyway, but Lady Bunny has some amazing stories from because actually I lived in New York sort of around the time, or I moved to New York just like a few years after that she moved to New York and started doing drag there. So it was really like, yes, that's it, Ren. The Kelly Mangle Show. Thank you. Thank you. That's who it is. Ren is amazing. I'm always mentioning stuff. It's just like I give a few little esoteric hints about it, and then Ren goes off and finds this. How did you find that? That is amazing. Yes, it's Kelly Mangle, who is quite a character herself, and I really like the way she interviews these people. Anyway, so I watched Luscious, and then I watched Lady Bunny while I was making my breakfast this morning. Mantle, right? Mantle, that's right. Kelly Mantle. You only use YouTube to watch me? Well, what about you don't watch any of my TikToks? I mean, I post all the same videos here. Sometimes they get posted here as shorts a little bit later than I post them on TikTok and Instagram. Only because I just do not get the views here on YouTube for my shorts like I do on TikTok and Instagram, even though my TikToks are much lower than they used to be. But I don't know why I cannot crack the algorithm here on YouTube. My videos, some of them get good views, like I'll get like 20 to 30,000 views on some of my videos, and some of them even more, like 40 or 50, but I haven't had any of them that got even close to like 1 million views. And I've had lots of videos on TikTok and even Instagram that have hit like 1-2 million views. So not one single one even came close. I don't think I even have one with 500,000 views. I'm talking about shorts. My long form videos, a few of them have gotten close to 500,000, but TikTok is what you live for, yeah. I mean, that used to be the case for me too, but I'm falling out of love with TikTok every month. More and more. No, this is not my permanent studio. This is a temporary studio. Although it's not going to look probably much different when I get into my permanent studio. It's just that it'll be in a different place. But I'm not sure. I might change this backdrop when I'm in my permanent studio. Okay. It's been a while since I've done a long form video. Hello, Griffin. It's been a while since I've done a long form video here on my YouTube channel, and I know I keep making excuses. It's already practically the middle, halfway through the year. I thought this was going to be, 2026 was going to be my YouTube era, because we moved into a new house. I just got my silver plaque for hitting 100,000 subscribers, which took forever here, and I will have a studio that will be big enough for me to have things set up so I can record long form videos and have a separate little area for doing live streams and another little area for doing my short videos, my vertical videos, without having to take everything down, and I won't be limited. So I thought this is going to be my YouTube era. I'll be able to make long form videos again, hopefully starting out with like one a week, but alas, that has not happened yet. And but it is getting closer. It is getting closer. That's all I'm going to say. Eventually, I will get there. You do? Well, thank you, Ivy. And I know, I really appreciate some of you. I know you've watched some of my long form videos over and over and over again, and I appreciate it very much. I promise, as soon as I can, I'm going to make some new videos. And I believe the first video that I make is going to be probably the rich guy trying candy video, because I've had so many people saying, can you please turn this into like a long form video? So that'll probably be the first one that I do. And then I have all these ideas in a notepad of all the videos that I'd like to make from a long form. And I've been collecting crap from dollar stores and other places for, the last 2-3 years to make some of these videos, like wood soup. Does anybody even care about wood soup anymore? I'll be making these videos when the trend is long past. Oh my God. But I will get to doing more long form videos by the end of the year. That's all I'm going to say. And then the next one I want to record over the summer is my video. I want to record there were 2 videos I tried to record while we lived in Vancouver for my YouTube channel that I had to abandon. One was another vampire video for Halloween. I started 2 different nights I tried to record. It was too noisy. I was being constantly interrupted by noise from outside. So I didn't have enough footage. I did record some footage, but it wasn't enough to make like a long video. Not even a short, not even like a 15-minute video. So I abandoned that. And there was another one that I set up for like so it's like a medieval chemist or, something like that. And I set that up and I tried to record that, and there was some problem. There was like a generator running at night outside somewhere that there was this loud that the mics were clearly picking up. And I waited for an hour, and I thought eventually they're going to turn this off because it was already like midnight. It kept going through the entire night. So I abandoned that. Although I did, however, do a live stream on YouTube because I had everything set up. I had my backdrop, I had my props, everything. So what I did was I did a live stream on YouTube with all of that, which you can watch here. And I think I called it Mystic Chemist or Alchemist or something like that. And I want to redo that as well and finish it. So a lot of plans. I hope I live long enough to do all this. At my age, I just can't take advantage of, that I'm going to be here in 6 more months. We'll see. Hopefully I am. I plan to be. Okay. Enough of that. What should we do now? Oh, thank you, Jimmy. Sorry, I've missed a lot of your comments. Sorry. The rich guy. Oh, really? With the chemistry set, yes. You mean the apothecary ones? So I tried to do, it was going to be kind of like the apothecary videos, but like set in, medieval era. Like I was in sort of a very rustic kind of hut, or not a hut, a house. And I was going to have like crystals and stuff like that. And I don't know, do something with that. coffee shop and a coconut. Oh, as long as you hear my voice. Well, I will. You will. The thing is, once I'm gone, you'll have all these. This is why I want to make sure I make as many videos as I can now while I still have my health and I'm still here. So then when I am eventually gone, there'll be like lots of nice videos for people to, remember me by. I do a lot of role plays. I do, yes. What's regular ASMR? Like, what do you mean by regular ASMR? Thank you, Jeremy. I do a lot of role plays because those are the videos I really enjoy watching myself. And also, I think the role play videos are the best for ASMR, honestly, because role plays allow you to somewhat mimic unintentional ASMR. The way it was before there was ASMR content, where people would encounter in the real world here and there accidentally, like this 3-minute scene in a movie, like Edward Scissorhands when she's putting the makeup on him. That's a classic ASMR scene that triggered people's ASMR, and all kinds of things, like somebody giving a talk that had a very soft, relaxing voice, and all of that stuff. It would just be encountered in the wild, and a lot of people didn't even realize that they were having ASMR. They didn't realize what it was. Like when I experienced ASMR when I was younger, I had no idea what it was, and it wasn't until I discovered ASMR videos. Well, no, it was even before that. I can't remember. There was something years ago, like even before the internet, there was something where somebody heard my voice and said, "Oh my God, you're triggering my ASMR." And I was like, "A what? AS what?" I didn't even know what the heck that meant. And then when I discovered ASMR content on YouTube, like around 2012 or so, I was like, oh, that's what this was the whole time. It just all dawned on me, and now it's a thing. Everybody knows what ASMR is. Only 20% of people actually experience ASMR, apparently. This is according to a Guardian article from a few years ago. I'm going to live forever. Not really. Hello, Kim. You're going to take care of me? Okay. Tom quit again 30 years ago. What? When was the last time I did a live stream car ride? I think the last live stream I did here on YouTube, which was, I wasn't able to do one last week, but the week before. But again, you can watch all my former YouTube live streams here on my channel. You just click on there's a live tab. You can see all the live streams. Some of them are vertical. I might try another vertical stream or two here just to see if that increases my viewers, because the vertical streams, even though this is supposed to be a dual stream, it's supposed to appear in both the vertical and the horizontal. I'm not sure how well that's working. I can get 100+ viewers here, concurrent ones, but I remember when I was doing vertical streams, I could get a few hundred. So I'm not sure what's going on with that. No, my health is fine. Hello, cool. How do you know if you experience ASMR? Well, it's very tricky to describe. It's described as like a tingling sensation frequently, but I wouldn't describe it as a tingling sensation. for me, it's almost sort of like a very mild, like an electrical current almost. It's very, very mild, but relaxing. It's not unpleasant at all. It's like the closest thing I can think of is like when you kind of get goosebumps a little bit, but goosebumps are not necessarily relaxing or even pleasant for people, because some people get goosebumps like when they're frightened or cold or something like that. So, and I don't think it's the feeling like goosebumps is like a physical thing you can see on your skin. The ASMR, you can't actually, there's no physical signs of it, but you definitely feel something. And I just feel like it's almost like a little bit of an electrical tingle that for me, I feel it in my neck and shoulders and in my legs sometimes as well, especially if I'm lying down in bed. So, but honestly, the more ASMR content you listen to, the less you start to feel the actual ASMR, the physical ASMR feeling. You sort of become numb to it a little bit. That's why I feel like roleplay ASMR, because it's not, it's kind of meant to, as much as possible, mimic real world unintentional ASMR, where you're listening to like a doctor role play and things like that, and you're doing things obviously to try to create those ASMR sounds to trigger somebody's ASMR, but it's not constant. It's not like I'm standing. I'm not usually standing in front of a mic, doing for like 5 minutes. Like sort of one of the creators that I absolutely love here on YouTube is ASMR Zeitgeist, and his ASMR is art, visually beautiful, audio is just incredible, but it's like constant sounds, and a lot of ASMR live streams are like that too, and that's why eventually over time you kind of become a little bit numb to the actual ASMR feeling. You still will enjoy it. Even people who don't experience ASMR, they often find ASMR very relaxing and calming, even though they don't experience ASMR themselves. So, roleplay ASMR, because it's the triggers are lots of voice, and voice is one of the top ASMR triggers, by the way, both soft speaking and up close whispering. He did just ASMR Zeitgeist popped into my live stream once here on YouTube. It's here on my channel. I can't remember which one, but it's still here on my channel. He's very complimentary, and I even did, I think it was a vertical stream. I think that one was a vertical stream, and I even did my impression of him. He thought it was very good. I was a bit nervous about doing it, so it wasn't quite as good as it usually is. But anyway, okay, ASMR latte. That's why, like, one of my earliest favorite streamers here was Gentle Whispering. Her channel is Gentle Whispering. Her name is Maria. She does pretty much just role plays, and I loved her role plays so much. I just found her voice so calming and soothing, and her role plays were so relaxing and calming and very tingly. And then I found other creators, Ting Ting, SRP ASMR, Paris ASMR, Zeitgeist, of course, that I already mentioned, and there's a few other ones. There's a guy named, is it ASMR Sloth or Sloth ASMR? I can't remember. I believe he's from New Zealand or something like that, and he does some like he does like some massage type ASMR videos where he seems to have like quite a few friends who are like spend time in the gym that are quite muscular, and then he does like massages on them, and I guess that's why he popped up in my feed. But in fact, I listened to some of his not his normal ASMR videos, and I really like his voice, his whisper voice, quite a bit. So I started watching some of his videos as well. Ting Ting. Yeah, I love Ting Ting. I especially love her whisper videos. And the one she does with the hair. Like Tatiana. In fact, I want to make, it's one of the long form videos I want to make for my channel, inspired by Ting Ting's hair videos. I want to do something that's kind of similar. And anyway, and Tatiana will be in that video, right? Yes, we're not going to wash your hair. No, we will not wash your hair, but we will style it. We don't want another debacle like what happened on TikTok a few years ago. Fred's voice. Yes, I've heard of Fred's voice. Abstronier. Oh, I've never heard of her. Okay. Okay, I think I've been gabbing enough. Let's do something. Through Sunshine Jazzy, really, Chris? Yeah, she's great. She's great. Sunshine Jazzy said she used to come into my live streams before she started doing ASMR on TikTok. She found me on TikTok, and then she started doing ASMR. I think that I've inspired a lot of people to do ASMR on TikTok, because I think people are like, okay, if this guy can do it, I can do it too. And she was amazing. Jasmine. She's so creative and just got a big personality. So she was a natural, and she, her popularity really took off. That was the golden days of ASMR on TikTok. It was like 2022, 23-ish, even 21, because I got started in 21. Actually, 21 and 22 especially, when ASMR was becoming a thing on TikTok. There weren't a lot of us doing ASMR on TikTok, but it was a lot of fun. The live streams were hopping. Our accounts were growing fast. Although for that first year I was doing, anyway, this is all boring. Let's do some ASMR triggers. I'll tell more stories next time. Let's see, what should we do now? Let's do, let me see if I can find, where are they? Okay. Let's take a look at the view. It'll be pitch black out there right now, probably. Oh. Is it actually, is the camera even on? Or this is the problem. I see some light on over there. Is there? So I'm guessing that the camera is still on, but it is pitch black now, so you can't see anything. Do you see anything in there? I see some kind of light over there. So I'm guessing that the camera is still working. Oh my God. So anyway, unlike Vancouver at night, we had all the city lights to create a beautiful, is that a moon? Is that the moon? That's what I'm wondering. Is that the moon over there? because I can't figure, is it really that dark? I mean, if the camera were off, it would be completely black. Like, let me turn up the brightness. I mean, I am seeing something going on. Like, what is that right there? There's something flickering there. What is that? That could be just on the wind. The thing is, that could just be on the window. That the what is that? No idea what that is. I think, what's happening is that there's something coming from where Sean is, because he's probably watching TV, and I have a feeling that there's lights kind of refracting in the windows because where the camera is. So, but that's the view at night. I'm amazed that there's not even a light or something on. Like, we do have neighbors down below. Like, why is it so black? Okay. Anyway, that's the view. All right, I'm going to do the energy portal. Welcome everybody to the energy portal. We're going to pull all of the negative energy away from you. And they were going to send out beautiful, positive energy. Beautiful. This could be for mine. Thumbnail. I need a thumbnail for each live stream. I take my toupee off. Thank you, Monica. Thank you for the vibes. Just relax. Feel all of the positive energy. if you got here recently, you've missed most of the live stream. However, you will be able to watch the entire thing as a replay once this live stream is over here on my channel. And I encourage you to go to my website if you're not already on my mailing list and sign up for my mailing list so that when my live stream schedule changes, which is going to again soon, or if I do finally make another long form YouTube video or something else, I use my mailing list to communicate that with everybody. So if you go to tomwho.com, you can sign up there. Hello, everybody. Hi, welcome in. You just got here. And yes, this is... Oh, it's still on. I forgot to turn it off. There, see, it is green. This is like a fluffy one. It's like a fluffy one. Somebody was like, he's just using green gloves. And yes, you are correct. I don't think anybody thinks I'm like actually doing magic. There's the link Ren put in the comments to my website. This is like a cleaning sponge. I should actually I could use this like to clean the car or something. This would be good. I should get another one though. I don't want to use this one because this is for the live streams. This is what I used as my hair. When I put that thing on my head, I was this. Of course, I messed my own hair up now. All 7 strands. Dress in all green. Well, I did have I do have like a green screen cloth. And I did use that one day, I think on the previous week's live stream. I wrapped myself in it. It was really cool actually. So if you want to see that, I think if you go see the previous live stream, it's in there. Magician never tells no tricks. Well, I think you already told the master. Okay, wasn't it you? Anyway, it's not a big secret because once I had the green gloves on, I forgot to turn on the chroma key filter effect, so it was pretty clear. Anyway, I mean, did anybody think that I was really doing some kind of black magic with those effects? ASMR roleplay for cleaning my car. There are people that make a lot of videos using those little wireless mics, and sometimes they have 2 of them, they clip one to each wrist, and then they're doing things to pick up the sounds. I have those types of mics too, and I just might try doing something very similar. You're all hypnotized into believing the portal was real. It is real. It's completely real. It just requires a little bit of magic. Thank you, mate. So this is that thing that I pulled out during my live stream. Was it last night? And Ren was like, oh yeah, that was from the Easter egg that one. Because I was like, what the hell is this? This thing is like, it's a folded up like piece of paper that has like a foil lining. And I know I got this from somewhere and I kept it because I thought it sounded really nice. Crinkle sounds. And Ren was like, oh yeah. And I'm like, oh my god, that is where it was from. How she remembers all this stuff. Rebra, on the other hand, just remembers how much I neglect her. That's all I hear from Rebra. Wait, I'm not supposed to do that on these live streams because now there's a record of it. This is only for the TikTok live streams. Hello. Oh, it's Narita. I know, when people have different names here than they do on YouTube, it takes me a while to connect them. Thank you, Egyptian. I can only see the first part of your name that says Egyptian. Thank you so much for your super chat. $5 super chat. Thank you so much. Just the important stuff. I'm kidding, Bree. Kind of. I did, the one thing I did today was, you know that popcorn I have, the so-called fresh produce? Well, I realized it did not taste quite as good as the other more commercial popcorn that I bought. So, and it needed some salts, and also it was not feeling super crunchy. So I thought, usually the best way, like anything that tastes a little bit stale, like chips or things like that, the way you can refresh them is you put them in the oven at low temperature for like a little bit, and it kind of dries them out again. It makes them crispy again. Oh, hang on. So I thought, well, I'm going to try that. Even though this is caramel popcorn, I'm going to give it a try. So I did. I put it on a sheet pan, put it in the oven. I think I put it a little higher on 300. Egyptian Vampire. Oh, that's your full name. Oh, interesting. I'm going to be doing another vampire ASMR video for my channel this fall. Yes, really. Because what happens is, like, when you leave a bag of chips open or popcorn, it gets soft because it absorbs moisture from the air, usually. So if you put it in the oven on like 200 Fahrenheit, it's enough heat to sort of just dry it out again, and it'll make them crispy again. So you can bring them back to life without throwing them away. So I did the same thing to that popcorn. I'll show you what happened to it. I know you think this is just an excuse for me to open popcorn, but so this is the so-called fresh produce popcorn because they sell it at my local grocery store in the produce section. And look, it says on them, it literally says fresh produce. I mean, technically, I guess, it's made from corn, popcorn, which is a vegetable, but also it was $14. It's a lot of money, but it was much fuller than this. There was more than this. But if you notice any difference, it's a bit darker in color now. Because I put it in the oven at a higher temperature to kind of caramelize the sugars a little bit more, because I felt that the sugars were kind of weak. Like, the caramel flavor was not that caramelly. Also, it was missing salt. So when I took it out of the oven, all of the caramel coating was very soft and sticky. So I sprinkled it with some salt immediately, which stuck to that once it dried and cooled down. So I know how to unstale chips. To clip shut. Did you? Anyway, where was I? So it's much nicer. Like, I wish I had one. The color is darker, but what was interesting, let me see if I can find the piece. It kind of stuck together like what is that called? Bark or something when you make so the pieces of popcorn kind of stuck together. But look, I see how nice. Now I know you're gonna look at that and say, oh, that's burnt. No, it's caramelized. It's brown, not black. And that really helps the brittle. That's what I was trying to say. It's like popcorn brittle now. So see how crunchy it is now? It's a lot crunchier than it was last night. Hi, Cece. You know, I swore I wasn't going to bring out candy or food during my live streams on YouTube. Here I am, breaking my own rule. Do you hear how crunchy that is, though? That was a lot. It's a lot crunchier than it was last night. So I fixed the crunchiness. I gave it a little more flavor by caramelizing the sugars a bit more, and I added salt, so it tastes better than it did last night. Still not as good as that other popcorn that I bought. Okay, I'm sorry. I know the people who do not like eating are like, no. I'll stop now. Where did I put the, oh, here it is. Anyway, it tastes much better. It's got a little bit of salt. The caramel flavor is a little darker. And it's crunchier, so I made it. I took this sort of very bland fresh produce that wasn't crunchy enough and made it crunchier, tastier, and a little bit saltier. Okay. I'm going to put this over here so I don't grab it anymore. Out of sight, out of mind. Okay, what should we do now? I know, I'm sorry. I'm sure that I'm sure that there are people that do not like my TikTok live streams anymore because since I do candy and snacks on them some often, because it's like I just want to relax and now I have to run and get a snack in the kitchen, and somehow I put on 10 pounds in the last month since I started watching your live streams. Hi Brandon, thank you. You know your girlfriend is sleeping to this Echo popcorn. Does she like that? Crunching sounds? Does she like crunching sounds? You're picky with eating sounds. Oh, really? And you're okay with mine? I mean, you know what's ironic is I make a lot of videos now with food, snacks, and candy. I am not a fan of eating ASMR with the eating video sounds. Especially the ones where they're eating something quite wet and they're like I don't like that at all. So I try to keep my mouth closed when I'm eating. So you'll hear crunching or some other sounds, but it's not going to be like gross. It's not going to be like really disgusting. So. midnight cookies? Really? Oh God, I'm sorry. I swear I should probably just like start eating celery or things like that that are crunchy but healthy. I'm not over the top. Oh really? Some people would disagree with that. They smack their lips. Yeah, I do not like that at all myself. I can handle crunching sounds and things like that, but if it starts to get like where they're like eating something very wet and juicy and they're like all the smacking sounds and it's like, okay, that's immediately scroll by. Move on to the next video. The seafood, yeah, the seafood ones. Popcorn is not a good idea to eat while you're doing an ASMR live stream. Carrots, yes. I feel like I've done very few triggers and I spent most of this live stream just talking and eating. It's almost like my TikTok live streams. I need to get a what? A puppa. Do you mean a dog? A dog. Make what, Cece? No, it's not burps. It's just like the little pieces of the popcorn like get stuck in your tonsils, my tonsils, and then I have to like cough. You like to chit chat? Okay, what should we do now? I haven't done many of the special effects triggers. We could go into the Enchanted Forest for a little bit. Are you liking the chat? Thank you. Well, I'm glad you're enjoying it. I do have this little unicorn. I love the tapping sounds on this. It was Cece. Cece had one of these. And I got the same one because I loved how it sounded. The tapping on it's made of silicone. I'm the only creator you see doing food ASMR. Oh, really? No, there's actually quite a few, actually. There's quite a few other people that are doing like, well, they call it ASMR, but they're really just eating loudly in front of a mic, but peanut butter and raisins. Oh, I've never heard of that. I bought this cheap ass celery at the dollar store, and I'm gonna see if this holds up to my expensive taste. I'm trying this cheap ass dollar store celery to see if it holds up to my expensive taste. I don't know, it doesn't have quite the same ring to it. First of all, I don't think you can buy celery at a dollar store. It's kind of like buying milk from oh come on, what was that place called? That car shop. I can't remember. Somebody ran. Oh, there goes my stomach now. See, I should not have had that. I should not have had the popcorn. From the Auto Mall. Is it Auto Mall? Oh, that's my hard disk over there. My backup disk. Quiet. I have to turn. I turn those off when I'm making videos because AutoZone. That's it. Yes, there was somebody. I don't know, some of you may remember that there was somebody that came into my live stream on TikTok once talking about they bought milk from the AutoZone and they wish they hadn't, because I think it was sour or something like that. At first I'm thinking, wait a minute, first of all, why would you buy milk from the AutoZone? Do they actually have milk? Like, were they selling it? Or did you just like take an employee's milk out of the employee, cafeteria kitchen or something like that? At the AutoZone, I know. Anyway, it became a thing. I was engaging with this person, and like, I just found it hilarious, and other people did as well. They have a grocery section at the Dollar Tree, but I know they have groceries, but it's all like packaged food. They don't have like fresh vegetables, do they? At a Dollar Tree, I'd be a little bit wary of those. You follow Nico? Oh, really? Nico's great. I really like Nico, but I like his ASMR too. I find his voice very soothing and relaxing. Yes, the car parts store. This is what they claimed. They're like, yes, you cannot buy milk. That's what we were all saying, was like, you did not buy milk at the AutoZone. And they said, yes, they did. And they didn't feel well after. Anyway, I don't think they ever showed up again after that, but anyway, you can buy food there. Oh, at the Dollar Tree. Okay, I feel like I should do something. Should we do, oops, let me get rid of this. Let's see, we didn't even come close to the goals for the whatchamacallit. For the gift goal. What is it called here? Super chat. Not even halfway. So, no, Julia, and probably there won't be one because we're not even close to the goal for the spaceship. So how about if I do the Enchanted Forest? At least it's very relaxing. It includes the kalimba. Where is the kalimba? So let me do that. Let me get set up for that. Hang on a second. Oops, I forgot to turn. Okay. There we are. Okay, that was the Enchanted Forest. So, well, I hope you all enjoyed our little YouTube live stream for tonight. That's going to be about it for tonight's live stream. And again, if you missed any of it, you'll be able to watch it later once this stream is over as a replay. And I'm warning you, most of it is chatting. This live stream, not as many of the special effects trigger, but I do those in all the other live streams as well. So if you don't want so much chatting, you can watch a previous live stream that I've done. So. And if you did want to see the Spaceship Ride, again, there's quite a few live streams I've done in the past where I do that Spaceship Ride. So I am going to come up with some new ones as well, because I've been doing these same different special effects triggers for quite a while. So never? Okay, are you sure about that? Some people are always like, you talk too much for ASMR. But that's because they don't realize that the voice is often one of the biggest ASMR triggers for people. So. All right. Well, thank you everybody for being here. And thank you to everybody who sent super chats. How do I find out who did? Let's see, is it here? I think it's Annika, Egyptian, the Ren, Prebra, Chris, Gabrielle, Strawberry, Ramblin. Is that, I don't know if this is actually, that's not necessarily the super chat people. I don't know how you see it. Anyway, thank you to everybody who sent the super chats. I really appreciate it. Oh, what did I just do? Okay. Okay, there it is. Whoops. All right. I accidentally closed the chat window. You're welcome, everybody. Thank you. Thank you for being here. I will be back on TikTok on Monday evening. And if you're on my mailing list, look out for a revised schedule. Don't worry, I'm not going to be doing fewer live streams on TikTok. In fact, I might be increasing it. So, especially once I get into my permanent studio. All right. Thank you, everybody, for being here. I really appreciate it. Take care, and I will see you again here on TikTok soon. Bye, everybody.